What up, you guys? Rasati out here in Singapore. It's been a minute and I'm back on the grind. You know me. I got to be inspired. And a lot of times I get inspired, but then something will happen and it kind of changes my direction of life. So I kind of go with the flow a lot of times. I've stopped planning as much. I try to give myself a guideline of things I need to get done, but more than likely life kind of takes over and I just go with the flow. So, I'm back because I have a couple of episodes to drop real quick, and I think that this is really, really relevant right now because we are in a constrained situation. We're kind of limited by the things that we're allowed to do, the places we're allowed to go, the people we can and can't talk to, the way we want to talk to them. Like everything's kind of restricted, right? It's not going to plan. And that's part of the reason I want to talk about Mindshift, because I think it's so important to consider the fact that guess what? Things aren't going to go your way, but how do you get through those moments? So I saw this thing on Instagram on the feed. I was exploring a little bit, and the quote basically says, "It's hard being happy, especially when things aren't going your way." Absolutely. We have these expectations of the way things should be. We've been taught over and over again throughout our lives that, success means this or happiness means this. And honestly, you have to define it for yourself. Success does not necessarily mean monetary success. Success could mean that, you know what? You got up in the morning, you actually had breakfast at a decent hour, and you were able to have lunch and then eventually have dinner. So you had 3 square meals in a day, even though you are working from home and are suddenly in charge of your own, schedule, meaning to say that you could wake up at any given time, but you managed to squeeze in 3 square meals for that day. That could be success for you. Success could be that, you decided to get up and because you don't have work, maybe you're just chilling at home or whatever, you got up and you were actually kind of productive. You did something that made you feel good about yourself that day. Maybe it was exercising. Maybe it was you cleaned up your closet. Maybe you did the whole minimalist thing and you went through all the things that you do and don't use and you're getting ready to donate stuff. That could be success for you. Success could mean that you actually went to the bathroom today. It could mean that you drank 4 cups of water, which is not your 8 cups that you're expected to drink, but you drank 4 cups, which is more than you drank the day before. It could be anything. Success needs to be defined by you. Same thing with happiness. Happiness needs to be defined by you. A lot of times we have this idea of what happiness would mean. If I just had this, if I just had that person, if I was with this person, if I could just, you know, conquer this thing. It could be a million different versions of that same scenario, but you have this expectation of what success will look like. Well, guess what? Even the best laid plans will end up failing at some point. And what do you do in those moments? You can't decide that your entire life is over. You can't go on. You've got to find something that you can hold on to, something that was a win in that day. Maybe the plan was a plan of several different steps. Let's say it was 20 steps. And out of the 20 steps, let's say 3 things did not go to plan. And maybe there were 3 big things. But guess what? You have 17 other things that went according to plan, 17 other things that you were able to complete, and you need to be happy about those things. You need to include those in your plan for success, in your plan for joy, happiness. You feel good about yourself. 17 out of 20, damn, that's good. Because if you look at a test, that's what you're looking for, right? How many did you get right, not how many you got wrong. And that's the funny thing about life. I feel like we go around looking at all the things that went wrong instead of all the things that we got right. That's where gratitude comes from. That's where the appreciation for the things that do happen, the things you do have, really, really matter. And that's where we should actually mind shift ourselves to. We need to find a way to stop obsessing about the things that went wrong, and either we learn from what went wrong so we can adjust and get it right the next time, or we focus on the things we did get right and we just try another time. We try again the next day. It's hard. It's difficult. I've had a couple of those tower moments myself. Things where I thought, you know what? I got to spend time with somebody today. It was really great. Baby girl was home all day. I got to play with her. And then something will happen and I didn't get to the list of things that I really wanted to do with her. We ended up, let's say, HBL, home-based learning. They've been closing schools down on Wednesdays and they have home-based learning. And I was thinking, home-based learning, we'll knock that out the park before lunchtime. We'll get all her stuff done. And then the rest of the day, we could watch movies, we could do art, we could do a bunch of stuff. Well, guess what? That is not what happened at all. Not even close. We took all damn day to do that stuff because I had to teach her a couple things that she had not learned in school yet. And that's not to say the teachers aren't doing their jobs. They are, okay? But the point being that I know my girl better than anybody else. I know how she learns better than anybody else. And I know I can reach her and teach her better than anybody else. Yes, I'm saying it. I am the best for her because I raised her. I know all the little, inside jokes that she will remember when she goes to take the test in class. I know all the little jokes that I could tell during the time that we study, so that when she sees the question, or if she hears the dictation, she will laugh and she will remember and she'll know exactly what to do next. I know how to teach this girl. And this is how I'm trying to teach her to learn for herself as well. But like I said, home-based learning, we got all day to do the homework, and I was trying to get it done before noon, and that's not what happened at all. We took all day and all night to do the work because I had a teacher in between. And that means that I didn't get a chance to actually have fun with her or do the art, but that's okay. I forgave myself for that, and I felt good about the fact that I actually was able to get through all those lessons for her. She got the bulk of the work that was really important done, and the rest of it will be fun. We can push it off onto the weekend. Not a big deal. So I need you guys to focus the fact that in a test, if you're going to look at the 20 questions and the fact that you got 17 of them right, I need you to focus on the 17. Give yourself a break, forgive yourself for the things you didn't get done or did not do well, and then try again the next day. You have time. You have nothing but time, especially in these days, right? So whatever projects you had, whatever expectations you wanted to meet that day, maybe you really wanted to hear from somebody. Okay, maybe you didn't hear from that person that day, but guess what? So many other things are working in your favor. Life is happening for you. Life is happening all around you. And if you focus on the one small corner that's not really working very well, guess what? Because you're focused in that corner, you don't see anything else that's going on. And of course, you're going to be in this fog. You're going to be in this funk. You're going to feel, out of place and disgusted with yourself. Of course, you're going to feel like down in the dumps, because you're focusing on the one thing that's not really working. You need to get used to looking at the whole picture. If you walk into a room, obviously something's going to catch your attention. For me, as a mom, I'm going to find Lego on the floor. Guaranteed. Hopefully I see it before I step on it, but I'm going to find Lego on the floor. If I only focus on the fact that there's Lego on the floor, I'm going to miss the fact that she made her bed this morning, and we had breakfast together, and we had a chance to watch a couple episodes of whatever sitcom we happen to be watching at the moment. And the fact that she got to snuggle up with me in the morning and take her own sweet time waking up, and we had fun. If I only focus on the one thing on the floor, I'm going to miss everything else that's happened during the day. And you know what? That can purposely ruin your entire day. And I'm not saying that, it's up to you. It's all your fault if you only focus on the one thing. I know we've been trained this way. We've been trained to see all the things that don't go well. But it's up to you to notice that you're noticing the one thing that doesn't go well. It's up to you to notice that there are other things to notice. It's up to you to know, to be self-aware, to be cognizant of your surroundings and realize that you know what, you do have a choice. Yeah, okay, the default may be to see all the mistakes, but you do have a choice to change that. You do have a choice to realize that there's more to life than just the things you failed at. There are so many things that go together so well right now. The fact that you woke up and you were able to smile at any point today, that's a fucking win. I want you to take that. I want you to celebrate that. If you got some of your assignments done and not all of them, guess what? You got some of your assignments done. You could have stayed in bed all day, but you didn't. You need to celebrate that. If you had a decent conversation with someone you usually fight with, you need to celebrate that. If you heard from someone you never hear from, you need to celebrate that. So, for all of the things that could be going wrong, for us to be sitting at home and focusing on all these things that we don't have. I get it, you guys. I'm crawling the walls myself, but I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to keep busy. And by busy meaning I'm doing something to keep my mind from wandering, physically doing something. A lot of times it's working out. A lot of times it's posting up on all these silly challenges that people keep sending me, which I'm grateful for because it means someone's thinking of me. Someone is thinking of me. Social isolation, luckily for us in this day and age, we're still super connected, y'all. Y'all have LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. You have TikTok. My God. Okay, fine. I'm going to join the Jing Bang and I'm going to start with TikTok as well. And y'all better not laugh at me. But if you do laugh at me, enjoy yourself and laugh at me. We are so connected. There's no excuse for us not to be connected, for us not to hear from each other. But understand that if someone has not replied to you, they may be going through their own storm. It might be all they can do to stay off of social media because certain things trigger them or certain people upset them, or maybe their energy is just leaking out everywhere because people need from them all the time. So please, try to focus on the things you do have, the things that are going well, the things that are working well. I need you to be in good spirits when we come out of this isolation thing, okay? You need you to be in good spirits when you come out of this isolation thing. All right, you guys, I'll catch you again soon. But if you have any questions, comments, drop them in the comments below. And you know where to find me if you need to talk. All right, you guys. Bye.